Hi, I'm Andrew, and welcome to Trusty Sail and Paddle's YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about a specially modified boat that we made for a special customer of ours named Ralph. He challenged us with creating the ultimate fishing platform for coastal North Carolina fishing, and ultimately any inland fishing waters as well. And so we accepted that challenge and created what we believe to be exactly that, an ultimate fishing platform. Today we're going to go through this from bow to stern, talk about the different modifications that we made and the ways that we made to make it most accessible and really most usable for him while he's on the water. So starting out, we're actually going to talk about transportation. Most people don't think about that as being really one of the most important aspects of owning a bigger kayak. This kayak has a base model at the Autopilot 136, which is what we chose as our platform to start our modifications. Weighs in at about 175 pounds with its motor, and that is without the battery. So to transport a boat that heavy, you really need to think in advance. It's not something you're going to be likely to carry by yourself. If you're going to be transporting additional accessories, the battery, tackle, rods, you can easily get well over 200 pounds. So in an attempt to make that as simple as possible, we started off with a LoadRite kayak trailer. This is made in eastern North Carolina, and we modified this with our own bunk kit. We use 3-inch Schedule 40 PVC, all stainless hardware, and it's easily adjustable from the top of the bunks themselves to make it accommodate other craft as well as that autopilot. So gentleman has friends that he'll bring along with him, and this will allow him to take them along really easily on this trailer. We've also added a dynamic dolly. This company's out of Rhode Island, and they make an amazing product. Durlin bearings, nylon axles, or hubs, and an all aluminum construction makes this really last a lifetime. They also gave a lot of thought to the actual construction of this dolly, making sure that it's the correct length for the boat at hand. So this boat actually balances right underneath the seat on this dolly, making it a simple one-finger operation to lift the bow and be able to wheel this manually around, despite the weight of the craft itself. So when you use these two in conjunction with each other, you're able to slide the boat right off the bunks onto the dolly and then either hand launch it off the beach or off the shore, or of course just back your entire trailer down into the water and launch the craft right down a boat ramp. Again, with ease of use in mind, these are definitely the two easiest ways to be able to launch a boat of this weight. So as I mentioned before, we started with the Autopilot 136. It's a Old Town Sportsman model. We love this particular boat because of the integration of the motor and the craft itself. It's an extremely stable platform, but with the integration of the Minn Kota motor, you simply pull a lever right here and you're actually able to bring the motor down, connect with its kill switch, and be able to operate from the cockpit position. With the manual kill switch engaged here and the remote control activated, you hear a little beeping. This allows you to steer the boat from the cockpit itself. So notice this motion. And with that, you can also put it in a forward propulsion mode and steer with your feet. The advantage to that is that you don't really need to think about where you're going. You can simply steer your feet and just kind of disregard the remote control. Makes it a very easy boat to be able to navigate on the water. And then ultimately, you fish in a kayak to be able to access skinny or less accessible water. If you do get into a shallow draft situation, you just simply pull up on this lever and your motor will retract right back into the hull, enabling you to either beach the boat, go into just inches of water in this shallow draft capacity, or paddle the boat if you choose to. So all around, this is one of the only boats on the market that offers such seamless integration of a trolling motor assembly into the boat itself. From there, they also wire it really nicely. You have a plug-in system on the front here for your trolling motor that you can simply unplug it here and actually remove the entire assembly from the boat for transport. Very simple system. We also have that same type of assembly underneath the seat for the battery box. And so with that, it enables you to remove the battery box as a whole entity. And with this particular boat, we decided to partner with Z-Pro, and we put a Z-Pro Max battery in here at 165 amp hours. This is arguably the most power-dense battery that you can buy on the market right now, and that will ensure a long-lasting experience for him on the water, regardless of conditions or daylight or other accessory operation. Customer was also concerned about being able to still remove this battery. So when we plumbed the wiring on this, you simply unplug this guy right here, and you have a separate plug right here, and the battery is still removable from the craft like it was intended from the onset. So any accessories that have been wired into this boat are actually wired internally to make sure that expensive battery is able to be stored safely and ensure that it doesn't have any possible theft. From there, the customer asked us to make sure that we put a fish finder and an anchoring system on there. And with that, we needed to make sure that we were able to turn things on and off and switch power on accordingly. And so we partnered again with Yak-Power to be able to put in a switching system and all of our lighting on this particular craft as well. So you'll notice here we have an 8-circuit switching system that is powered on by a simple push of the button. Right here you'll notice them illuminating. That shows that there is a power to the system. When you push a particular circuit, we're going to start with number 1 right here, it's going to power on particular aspects of the boat. Number 1 for us powers on the fish finder, as you notice the Garmin firing up. And then of course on the stern end of the boat we added a micro anchor by power pole. These are indispensable for anchoring in shallow conditions, and you simply push a button here and you'll notice that rod come down on the back of it, effectively anchoring the boat. You simply push another button to be able to retract it. So it's a very efficient and quiet way to be able to anchor your craft in up to 8 feet of water. So that's on circuit 1 for us. Circuit number 2, which we can push right here and it will also illuminate, is a phone charging system that is plumbed again into the boat right here. So if you take your phone, put it here, it'll be held in position and we'll start charging for you. This system is also Bluetooth enabled, so there is an app that will allow you to control all of your switching from your phone, which is why we put it adjacent to the actual fish finding system. Circuit number 3, we added to the stern end of the boat. So we added an additional receptacle back here and one located right here behind the seat. The one behind the seat is powering an illuminated black pack on the interior for ease of use while on the water at night. And the stern port right here we added with the intention of adding a GoPro camera mount and of course a charging system for that GoPro for long days on the water. With 165 amp hours, you don't need to worry about powering accessories, and you can keep them running the entire time while on the water. Next, we'll move into our lighting systems. So when we push nav here, we're actually going to illuminate the perimeter lighting of the boat. We added red-green bow lighting and green exterior lighting for bait attraction. We also created a very bright spotlight for the front for additional visibility while docking or in close quarters. This can easily be removed again with a simple plug-in system, and with our Yak-Attack accessories here, it's easy to add or remove different accessories to the bow of the boat, or simply plug this back into its receptacle and be able to provide additional illumination. By pushing that nav button again, we'll turn off that bow light, but we'll still keep that perimeter lighting illuminated so you don't have to run everywhere with that bow bright spotlight on. Push it again and it turns off that portion of our illumination. By pushing B, we're going to illuminate our bow lighting, internal cockpit bow lighting, and you'll notice a nice blue color. That's to provide the least disruption to your night vision. But sometimes around here we have challenges with bugs in eastern North Carolina, especially for night fishing or twilight fishing. So we also added a red lighting system here. Turn off the blue, add the red, and that will provide less bug attraction and ultimately provide a more comfortable experience for our customer. Stern lighting here, you'll notice, is illuminated in white, and this will provide the most illumination possible for accessing your dry bags, your tackle in the stern storage area, or perhaps even re-rigging rods if necessary. So once again, all of these are attached to a circuit system that can be turned off independently and allow you to charge or depower specific areas of the boat or swap out additional accessories if you choose to. So all in all, we feel like the way that this boat has been configured allows easy accessibility to virtually any area of our coastline. It allows you to go in shallow draft to be able to get to those spots that the bigger boats can't access. It has plenty of power to be able to provide long days on the water, multiple power ports to be able to charge accessories, an anchoring system, a fish finder, a phone charger, you name it. All of that wiring, of course, did need to go somewhere, and so we ended up putting that in the interior of the hull on a aluminum plate, and that is mounted with Velcro on the inside of the hull itself, therefore creating a really nice, clean environment that's also raised above the sump of the boat itself. So if it does happen to take on any water, all of these connections are raised out of the salt water. And while they are, of course, watertight, waterproof, and resistant to salt water, we all want to keep any electrical connections as dry as possible. So we're excited to have finished this boat up. We do feel like we created the ultimate fishing platform. We're excited for Ralph to be able to get this out on the water and start catching his dinner. And of course, we're excited to create one of these for you too. So give us a call here at Trusty Sail and Paddle, 252-499-9911. We're able to build and ship these boats to you across the United States. So let us know how we can help you, and thank you for enjoying our YouTube video.